now we're going to go down here, see what we find. 322. Let me see. Are we getting anything here? Are we getting warm with anything? I don't know. We all blocked off here. We're not getting any addresses. We're coming up short, I guess. But no, there's the address right there. You can see it on that thing. Now this is like all blocked off. Of course, everything in Hollywood and Beverly Hills is. But this is the place where Marilyn Monroe died. What do you think about that? This is her house right here. See the little house? There's a little stucco on the top. Just a little house. I don't know why she didn't have a big mansion, but that's the place. This is 12305 Helena. I'm sure you've seen the pictures and you've heard of her little bungalow, but that's the bungalow place. And here's some, nicer houses out here. But of course, it's not so much her house I want to talk about, although I do say again, it is kind of surprising. The biggest star in the world, I'd say, and yet she has a little bungalow in the back when all these other critters, and these are just nice places, but they're not really palatial. There's, I wonder why she had such a small place for such a big star. She's the biggest star in the world, but Anyway, I did have a couple of notes here I did want to read. I thought they would be germane. I wanted to, let me see, trying to get out of the traffic here. This is a very difficult place. Man, this is like car purgatory. You don't want to be in these places. They will twist and wind around. Every place in Hollywood and Beverly Hills is twisting, winding around like crazy. You in a maze. You're not amazed, you're in a maze. But now maybe I can park here without being accosted for a second. You look over, you get a feeling for what's going on. There's some big palm trees swaying in the breeze. They blow in special air in here. On the city limits, they have a bunch of big blowers, and they blow in special refined air for all the people to breathe. It's smoke-free, and it's full of laughing gas. So, they can walk around and just kind of get a little dose of laughing gas all day long, and they fall down on the sidewalks laughing and laughing. So, and there's no smoke or smog in it. So they do that for the Beverly Hills folks, because they're special people, of course. But now looky. Well, I wanted to tell you was, as far as Marilyn's death, God damn it, you can't get rid of these people. Here comes some more. I'm going to find a way to get out of here somehow. Look at those things. Look at these. Look at all this act in here. We got a dog's drive one way. I got to move. There's no, let me find something, but let me just go over this just briefly. They said Marilyn Monroe died of like 50 capsules of barbiturate, but they never found any barbiturates in her system, no capsules. And that doesn't really make any sense. Let me tell you what does make some sense, though. What probably happened, and I've seen a number of people write on this very subject. Her housekeeper was somebody by the name of, Eunice Murray. And Eunice Murray probably gave her a barbiturate enema, which is something that they did an awful lot of back in the day. They would let the housekeeper actually do it in conjunction with the doctor, so the doctor would okay it. And then, you know, there they'd be, and they'd have the housekeeper would do this enema, and she would get like the equivalent of 50 barbiturates there. And man, she, you know, if it was at the wrong time and the wrong balance of other things, she'd go out like a mackerel. And that's exactly what happened. And let's see now. This, I gotta go here, giving you a little taste. Little taste here of the neighborhoods. And I'll make a turn here. I don't like to drive too much because this is a cheap recorder and it's going to break up and you're not going to be able to hear my voice, and that is a real tragedy. But listen, here we go again, pulling over here. Stay away from these dog walkers and their mad maniacs in their cars. But anyway, this Eunice Murray, she gave, I think, and a lot of people do, gave Marilyn the hot shot. She gave her this enema, which had about 50 barbiturates in it, and like I say, stone cold, mackerel, bang. And that's why, let's see. Most famous, yeah, I guess what I'd say is the most famous, sought after, loved woman in the world in the history of movies dies of a barbiturate enema. Now that seems pretty lousy way for a big star to die. But you know, one thing, on the gate to her house, she had something in Latin put up. It was cursum perficio, which is Latin for my journey ends here. My journey ends here. Perhaps she was a seer. Perhaps she knew. But yeah, I think that was, from what I've seen, that was purely accidental. With this clown housekeeper of hers giving her the enema. And then she was working with her famous psychiatrist, Dr. Greenson. That's Greenson. And he was a son of a bitch, because he was having housekeepers and everybody, because he was lazy, doing all of his work for him. But that was common practice back in those days. The housekeeper, some other attendant there, they just do things over the phone. And this is what can happen. So he was an ass, but that's the way she goes. You never know who you're dealing with. Look at Michael Jackson's doctor, another ass. So that's basically it. I wanted to give you a little taste of the place she was, but that's about it on Marilyn. There's not too much more to say. I think it was a tragic accident, but other people will claim different, as they always do. That's the end of this. But come back for the next one. It's a shocker. It's wild. We got wild stuff here. Come on back now. Yeah.